Cancer, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. We're going to overcome any... oh, my God. You guys know that I'm a Cancerian too. I just sort of needed the support right now, so let's just be in this together. Overcome any obstacle. This is a good sign. This is also Taurus energy, so we could be talking finances. If you, I don't know. Oh, we have another card out on the table too. It just came out with it. Let's keep it there. So Cancer, this is an energy reading. So please take it where and how it resonates in your life. It's your message. This is a timeless message in that it comes to you when you're open and receptive to the message. You're not going to hear a message that you're not ready to hear or that you don't need to hear. That being said, there is a new message that I create for Cancerians every single week. So if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. If you need a personal reading because there's just stuff in your life that's too intense, and the bottom line is you need a deep dive specifics into your situation, please go to my website and book a personal reading. You can choose the service that works best for you, and it's all to your convenience over there. All right, Cancerians, we're almost there. Cancer, 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 Cancer. Cancerian, please, message for Cancers. Let's go. This is a message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. God, please tell us everything we need to know to be our best selves, be most productive, and reach a point of health, healing, and productivity and happiness. All right, let's get to this. Ooh, okay, listen. God is kind of sending us this message right now that is saying, you got to have faith. And have faith is not hope, right? Hope is those little bursts of optimism that will get our way. Faith is you are connected. You stay connected to God so that what happens on the outside doesn't phase you in your journey. Okay, so there's a real need to connect to faith. Now, let's go back. We had overcome any obstacle, Cancerians, which is, oh my God, we've had a lot, right? There's this heaviness that's been with Cancerians for a while. So it's like bull in a china shop, bull in a china. This is rhinoceros. So rhinoceroses are also actually gentle creatures, but this is Taurus energy. So the sense of you can do this, you can do this. And then we have let spirit be your guide, not too far in the distant, in the future, in the past. So past, present, future, hang out with me to get the future and understand what the outcome of all this energy is. Only things that come out in the past are the things that have led up to and that you need to remember in order to understand what's going on today. So let spirit be your guide. Did you recently take a leap of faith? This is about zooming out and looking at the higher perspective, the aerial perspective. So it's not necessarily the details. It's like overall, the overall, and like rising above it, or simply this, handing it over to God and say, I have no insight here. I cannot find my way out of this mess. Please, please, God, please, God, be my eyes. And that's what God's doing. You're about to overcome this obstacle that you had prayed for because you're able to know, know which way to go. So we have set healthy boundaries. This is always a big part of our journey as Cancerians. It's part of the reason why I named my channel what I did. Set healthy boundaries, armadillo, and let spirit be your guide. So spirit kind of took the wheel, and the only thing it said was, okay, but you got to set boundaries. From this point on, like, I'll be the driver, but you got to be the block. You got to be the guard, right? And because you're on the ground, and I can guide you through this, but you got to bump the other stuff out of the way. So there is a sense of, this could even have to do with where you are living, you know, where you were deciding to build your home, or who you were deciding to live with, especially with regards to where you wanted to be in the future. Okay, this did not happen too long ago. I'd be surprised if it was a month ago. We have time to collaborate, so building together, working together, maybe in connection with somebody else, or finally realizing that it's time to connect with somebody, or this had to do with, it's almost like you need equal work, right? You needed to, part of the boundaries that you had to set up was, I need equal contribution here. And then we have time to heal. This is snake energy. So there was some toxins that you really had to get out. Guys, I don't want to take up the time in the YouTube reading, so please come over to my extended. I'm going to do the whole extended, and then I'm also going to share a dream that I had with you. It was terrifying, and it was about a snake. Which is really interesting that this card has like nobody else is reading in the past couple of days, but this is like it comes out when that was an image that was in my dream, which is really crazy. Time to heal. So this is about finally being ready to heal a situation that in some ways I think you may be blocked out. That you had kind of built up such a boundary with. Because remember, healthy boundaries are not no boundaries, or high boundaries, they're appropriate boundaries, right? So it's almost like you had maybe built up a lot of boundaries, or you needed a higher perspective because you maybe built up your walls so high that you forgot there was anything beyond it. And that's very interesting. And then we have sing your own song, which is freedom or liberation. Also wings to fly. Everything else is grounded, right? Everything else is a grounded animal. It walks on legs. This has wings. And it's saying there is this lighter sense of, I can fly, I'm free, and I can be sincerely myself again by reassessing these boundaries and purging these toxic beliefs that maybe I don't need to have boundaries for again. It's almost like there's just this happiness that's coming to you. Time to collaborate and overcome any obstacles. Okay, we need to get into, make this make sense, God. Make this make sense. There is prosperity coming. It's an offer or an opportunity, like a golden ticket. And then there is scorpionic energy, which means this could be resurrection from something that you thought was dead or gone, or beautiful opportunities to work toward purging your toxicity. Scorpionic energy could have also something to do with sensuality, sexuality, or your psychic abilities. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So something you've been working really hard on, right? And something that it's not just a profit, like tangible money that you make. It's that you really believe in it. It's something that you are able to dedicate yourself to. Interesting. That's really interesting. It's almost like in some ways you found like a hidden value here. Because Scorpio is usually dark energy. But remember, Scorpio is opposite Taurus. So they both have to do with value systems. It's just the scorpionic value systems are your spirituality, your faith, your ability to see yourself through difficult and hard times. Also hidden treasure, right? That kind of treasure that you maybe don't want anybody else to see. The underworld is the place of gemstones after all. So it's almost like you've been mining. It's like digging or mining. Digging for this value, finding the value. Because I just saw the canary, and canaries were once put into mines. in order to see if there was toxins, if it was safe to go in, if the bird could fly out alive, it was safe for the humans to go in and dig. If not, they knew there was noxious gas in there. And it's almost like, look it, sing your own song. It's almost like being freed and liberated from the chains of somebody else's slave labor, or the labor somebody else put you through. And there is this resurrected opportunity here. I mean, like, guys, okay, so we're just going to keep asking questions, right? Like, I hope I just asked the right questions. What are the right questions? What do you mean by this? Strength card here. Being able to face your fears, certainly scorpionic energy. It's almost like there was something really scary that you had to go through, and you have to like connect to your fears, take control of your fears or your primal energy, trusting your primal energy, trust in your primal energy to direct you through this sort of landmine blocks. Okay, keep with me, keep with me. There are debts here or burdens here. You guys were faced with a lot. You had to be really courageous, because there's no way that you would have decided to continue to move forward in these conditions unless you were really directly connected, just directly connected to God. And God's like, no, I know this is a place that you have to get through to get to the other side, and this is the way to go. And it doesn't make much sense, and it is really scary. And maybe you had to go and you had to take extra burdens. There was like extra weight that you had to take on, extra responsibilities, extra debt. But ultimately, Cancerians, dare I say it, there's going to be finances in particular. Nobody talks about this with Cancerians, but this is why the moon is exalted in Taurus. Cancer is naturally sextile to Taurus, like just from zodiac sign to zodiac sign. And the moon, our ruling dignitary, is exalted in Taurus. And why? Because when finances are good, Cancerians flourish. We need financial stability in order to be okay. So these dark times were financial. They were financial, and you really had to dig to find any value at all. And there was some just dark, seedy crap. It really made your life or your resources very unbalanced. Very unbalanced. And so now we know a little bit more about what's going on. This is value that I think that you didn't... Somebody disowned you, fired you, walked away from you, left you behind. Okay, what else about it? It's almost like you were less majorly cut off. Knight of Wands is here, moving into... It's almost like that's what inspired you to take action on your own resources or your own trajectory into the future. And that's what it was meant to do. And it's like to keep moving forward through this darkness was logically, it was crazy. It was just God pulling you through almost like hell. Or Hades at the very least, this sense of the underworld that you just couldn't look back. You had to keep moving forward. Things were really, really tough. But now we have this energy of pulling through, or it's like God's trying to put this pressure on you to make you find what it is that you need to find that's worth it. Then we have 10 of Pentacles. There is going to be a house or a raise not too far in the future, my friends. It's like you're the one that can do the job. You're the one that can do the work. But now, right now, there's all these twos, which is things are really ambiguous. I think somebody made a really ignorant decision, ignorant choice. They're sorry that they did. Like this opportunity is going to come back up almost from the dead, or there's another opportunity that comes from its ashes. There's just unknown. There's just an unknown. You can't make decisions. You need information right now. Resources are tight. You had to legitimately decide the only way I can move forward, the only way out is through. And that's exactly what happened. I want to get a moon card. We're going to keep going. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. And guess what? Guess what's tomorrow? It's a full moon in Virgo. Go check out Astrology Motivation. I'll try to attach the link above. After I just posted a new video over there about specifically about the full moon and how it's going to impact you. Or how it's going to impact everybody. But look at this. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So all of this is really not too far in the future. There's some situation here where you were like let go of, or people walked away from you, abandoned you because they didn't think that it was going to be you. But then they're going to come back around and be like, oh, it is absolutely you. And your value and your worth is going to be substantially highlighted, and people are going to want you and need you and care about you. And this is coming after this full moon. There's sort of this release in energy so that people can actually see your value. A lot of times Cancerians are one of the signs that are most often undervalued, because I mean, think about how we treat our mothers. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that same energy, the person who legitimately, whose body constructs your body, and it's generally the person that you take advantage of the most, at least until you're an adult and know better. So ultimately there's just this sense of, it just felt like you were dealing with some really asinine energy, and they were confused and didn't make a good choice. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. New moon in Cancer. And that's us. This is like a new start, new beginning, and everything working itself out. I don't know why. I don't know why God does this. It's to prepare us. It's to show us how brave we are. But we literally had to walk through the underworld, and now there's resurrection. Can you please clarify, please? I just have to understand a little bit about what is happening. Because you are good enough. Somebody who thought you weren't good enough, or you had to show yourself that you were good enough. But I think this could also be externally somebody who thought you weren't good enough. Now all of a sudden, never-ending story. So you've been through this before. 7 plus 3 is 10. So finishing, completing a never like you feel like you go through this all the time. This sense of, this has happened before, where you have, like, why do people need to make you feel like shit before they fucking recognize how fucking valuable you are? And you have to go through this crazy up and down with people. Set healthy boundaries. And this is a reminder of what you should needed to do to protect yourself so you don't get that low again. Right? But also a sense of being vindicated. That's great. That always feels good, but we need to stop the cycle and stop needing that. And stop letting ourselves get sent down to hell before people come and save us. Right? And this is all metaphoric, of course, but we just need to stop that. We don't need to have to always go through that. But it was dark times. So what is this, please, what is this about? Natural beauty and authenticity. I am not even kidding you guys. There is a major turning point on this new moon. I mean, full moon. Look at what she's holding in her hands, the sun and the moon. That's full moon. Or the conjunction is a new moon. Natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive, and lovable inside and out. All of this is bringing you back to a whole and complete sense of self. That is sun and moon energy. When you are in perfect harmony and balance with who you are, that's sun conjunct moon. Answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. It's almost like God knew He didn't want you to give up, because He knew the way ahead was going to be rockier than you thought it was. But there was always an intent to answer this prayer, or kind of, yeah, like the sense of something to come to fulfillment. It just didn't seem like, I think it's got really wonky. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. Believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and somebody else is investing in you too. Let's get those answers. I will see you guys in the extended.